Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Thomas. Today we're back here with actually someone new. So this one's on a channel called Big Boss. This one's called, and the video is titled, "The Baseball Game That Caused a Riot." Huh. Man, I wonder what happened to the fans here and what's involved. Well, might as well check it out and see what happened. Be sure to like, subscribe for more. Hope you enjoy. Here we go.
1974, Cleveland,
Okay,
Ohio. And as discussed before
Indians.
on this channel, Cleveland at this point is a hub of investment and growth. Yes, their river has been catching fire regularly, over 13 times by now.
Jeez, 13?
And yes, jobs are being lost en masse due to deindustrialization. But don't
rough.
mind any of that. Cleveland's baseball team
Oh, the
has
Indians.
big plans. See, beyond the horrific pollution and local economic depression, something
them.
even worse was happening. Cleveland's baseball sales were going down. That was it. Something had to be done.
Oh boy.
The Cleveland Indians baseball organizers gather round.
What are they called
Gentlemen,
nowadays?
sales have been
not
in the
Nationals,
gutter
it's
these last few
Washington.
seasons. We need more people coming through those doors. It's then that someone has a brilliant idea. A baseball game where alcoholic beverages are stupidly cheap.
Oh boy.
Now, Cleveland had run a similar
Nickel
promotion
beer
before in
night, huh?
1971,
5 cents.
and it had gone very smoothly. So naturally,
Okay.
this time would be buttery smooth again.
Sure about that?
Now, the average price for a beer in 1974 is about 65 cents. That's equivalent to around $3.57 in 2022. This
That's
game's beer would
expensive.
cost just 10 cents. That's equivalent to about 50 cents in 2022.
Wow, really?
Keep in mind
50
that the
cents
cheapest
back then?
tickets to the game were about $1 back then.
So a
And you've got
dollar.
a ticket and 5 beers for just $1. Not bad. But hold on. We can't let people go overboard.
They're gonna go
Right.
overboard.
How about we add a limit of 6 beers per purchase?
Uh-oh.
Yep, that's good enough. It was
Oh, this ain't
genius.
getting well.
A
Hi,
baseball
Jackie.
game where beers cost 10 cents.
Oh boy.
What should we call it? Hold on. I think I've got it.
Yeah, keep it simple.
It's
Why not?
perfect. And with that, the planning of 10-cent beer night goes underway.
Here we go.
But before we move on,
Oh, ad time.
Raid, Shadow Legends.
Yeah, might
Do
as well
you
go
have a
snack real
mobile
fast.
phone? Then why aren't you already playing? Enjoy slaughtering hordes of enemies? Raid has plenty of it. What about tons of bosses and new updates every month? Raid has that too. Like collecting new champions? Look around. Champions, champions, champions. Almost 700 champions. And the game's graphics.
Hey, Tyler.
My god. But what about the actual gameplay? Well, sit back and strap in. Get together 5 of your boys and jump into any of the epic campaign missions, faction wars, dungeon crawls, or alternatively, hit the PvP arena and dab on other players.
Sounds
And Raid's
right.
just got a ton of new stuff. Look, is that a Champion Select event? It is. From January 16th to February 10th, all
A
new
few years
players can
ago
vote
for a
on their
little late.
favourite starter champion and get a chance to win prizes, including legendary champions, in-game items, and Amazon gift cards worth
Yeah,
up to
only new
$1,000. Just download Raid from the links below, copy your in-game player ID, go to championselect.plarium.com, and enter your player ID and vote for your favourite champion. And over there, is that an unlockable champion based
Yeah,
on
Ronda
UFC
Rousey.
fighter Ronda Rousey? Yes, because why not? All you've got to do is log in and play Raid for 7 days between now and February 20th, and she's all yours. Ronda Rousey is available for new and old players. Just use the special promo code RAIDRONDA in-game. And for 30 days, new players can click the link in the description or scan this QR code to get unique bonuses. Waiting for you right here. Is that a free epic champion? 100k silver, 50 gems, 2 epic skill tomes? My god. Raid Shadow Legends.
Anyway,
Now pick
back
up the
to...
phone and download the game.
Oh boy. Thanks for the Jommer reference. Let's begin.
June the 4th, 1974. Cleveland Baseball Stadium.
This ought to be good.
After weeks of comprehensive planning, 10-cent beer night was ready to go. The Cleveland Indians and the Texas Rangers are in
Oh, my
town
team.
and getting set to
Nice.
play each other later that evening. The beer trucks are coming in and loading up. So far, things are looking
Sounds like the
grand.
sign guy's very drunk.
There are also record numbers of people coming in.
Stampede.
The average turnout for games last season had been a few thousand, but tonight over 25,000 people had rocked up.
Damn.
That was
They
over
really
twice
want
the
that.
amount they were expecting. Wow.
Big
The
one.
plan was working perfectly. But there is a little other
wait
thing
for the
brewing.
beer.
See, the Texas Rangers and the Cleveland Indians actually have a little bit of history. Just a week earlier, both teams had played each other down in Texas, and things got heated. The game had mostly been going smoothly. That was until both teams' benches emptied out for an all-out brawl mid-game.
Ow.
It didn't take long for
Seriously?
fans to get involved,
Oh,
and
boy.
Indians players are barraged by food and beer from Rangers fans on their way back to their benches.
Jeez.
Cleveland's pitcher has to actually be
God.
physically restrained from climbing into the stands and fighting the fans. Also, at
On the
this
Smash
point,
Mouth days.
Texas is being managed by a guy called Billy Martin.
Hi.
About Billy Martin,
So what's
he
this?
drinks a lot, openly boasts about cheating to the teams he's playing against,
Wow.
and throughout his career was hired and fired from the New York Yankees about 5 separate
Man,
times.
5 times?
One of those times for punching a marshmallow salesman in the face.
That's
He
a
also
thing?
fought his own best
I didn't know there were such a thing as marshmallow salesmen. Can you imagine that was still now? They're still around nowadays? Anyway.
player in the benches during a game, and even broke his pitcher's rib after having about 4 fights with him in a hotel.
Yikes.
This was one night after almost having a fight with a groom celebrating his wedding night.
Yeesh, this
It was
guy's
fair
intense.
to say, the man was no stranger to a fight.
Okay.
And this guy was the manager of the Texas Rangers for 10-cent beer night.
Oh boy.
It also
Brace
turns
yourselves.
out that he'd been having a jab at the Indians to the press,
Oh.
telling a
say?
reporter there wouldn't be enough fans at Cleveland Stadium to worry about.
Yikes.
Cleveland's sports radio host spends the entire week amping up Cleveland's fans about
Oh
it.
boy.
Then there was the weekly paper's cartoon of the Indians' mascot, Chief Wahoo, who's holding up boxing gloves, saying, "Be ready for anything," about their next game.
Okay.
And
This
tonight
ain't
was the
going
night
well.
Cleveland and Texas would finally play again. The only difference?
Oh boy.
10 times the fans and 10 cents a beer. All that combined
Just
with a
brace
local
yourselves.
economy of laid-off factory workers, and 10-cent beer night's atmosphere was a bit
Tense.
uneasy.
Oh boy.
But nonetheless, the game begins, and players
play ball.
start batting. The Rangers take the lead early on after their Tom
Okay.
Greaves scores a home run in the second inning. An inning basically being a round of play.
Yeah.
Now, unsurprisingly, the crowd at this point is already absolutely hammered,
I mean, to
and
be fair,
things are
it's
beginning
6
to degenerate.
per
fast.
purchase, so.
After the home
Oh
run,
boy.
a middle-aged woman decides to run onto the field. Okay,
Seriously? No,
not
like,
too crazy. Wait,
no limit.
hold
What?
is she flashing the crowd?
Oh
God.
boy. Get the kids out of
She
there.
also runs up to the head umpire and tries to kiss him. He says he's not in the kissing mood.
Nope.
She's eventually removed, and the
Bye.
game continues. In the fourth inning, Texas's Tom Greaves hits his second home run of the game, and
See ya.
fans celebrate. It's at this moment that a man
Oh,
sprints into
got a
the
runner.
field and slides into second base.
Ouch.
He's also naked. By the way,
Jeez, what were the
the ground
streakers
around
today?
the base
Where's
is
the
made
flash
of
in the
almost gravel-like material.
I mean,
so this
back then,
probably
nowadays,
hurts.
like, yeesh.
A lot. Security tries to catch him, but he
No
slips
dice.
away into the crowd, never to be seen again.
Damn.
Inning 5.
Okay,
A man
next
and
inning.
his son run onto the field and
Now.
leave the crowd.
Oh my god, are you kidding
It's
me?
also around this point that a Cleveland batter hits a line drive straight into the Texas pitcher's stomach,
Ooh,
sending him
that
to the
hurt.
ground. Cleveland fans in the upper stadium begin chanting, "Hit him again, hit him harder."
Oh,
The
boy.
organisers are sat
Seems
down,
rough.
watching this unfold live. This is going swimmingly. However,
And
it's
here
at
we
this
go.
point that someone bursts into the room.
Yeah?
Gentlemen, a problem.
What's going
The
on?
increasingly incredibly volatile and agitated crowd? No. We can't serve these beers fast enough.
Yikes.
See, early on, the demand for beer was so great that Cleveland staff couldn't actually haul the beers out of the trucks quick enough, resulting
boy.
in very large, very angry queues.
Yeah, that don't
Hold
look good.
What if we line the trucks behind the outfield fence and sell the beers straight from the back of the trucks?
Is that even
Jesus.
safe?
And beer trucks rock up to the fences and start pouring. Now back to the game,
Oh boy.
and the atmosphere is currently changing. See,
I could definitely see where this is gonna go wrong. I mean, you literally got, like, beers just out in the open waiting for them to raid it. Literally. Also, right near the field. You know they're gonna storm it if they get too drunk. We literally had 3 streakers in there. You know, the woman flashing her boobs, the guy slaying the home plate, ouch, and the father-son duo. Jeez, just saying, what else is there? Anyway.
it's 1974, and for some reason, In 1974, it's fairly common practice to bring firecrackers to games, and 10-cent beer night was no exception. A ton of fans had bought them, and by God were they using them. And hundreds are set off in and around the stadium. This results in a ton of smoke. That, coupled with people in the crowd banging literal war drums, gives the game an atmosphere more akin to a battlefield than a baseball game. But alas, the game goes on. And back on the field, Texas's Mike Hargrove is being pelted with hot dogs and spit. He's also almost hit with a gallon jug of wine. Firecrackers are now also being thrown into Texas's warm-up area, and the team members inside have to be evacuated immediately. Regardless of all of this, Texas is doing well, and currently 5-1 up. Now at this point, monumental amounts of beer and debris are being thrown onto the field. Announcers ask fans to try and keep the field clean, and a tidal wave of beers are thrown in immediately after.
Literally got 6 cents.
An army of stewards are instantly deployed to clean it up. Meanwhile, in the outfield, fans have now actually thrown the tables separating them and the beers away, and are currently in the process of
and here we
them.
go.
The bar staff also only consists of 2 teenage girls per truck, and unsurprisingly, they're now deciding it's probably time to leave.
Yeah, run.
10-cent beer night just got a 10-cent discount.
Yep, it's free now.
The hordes rampage the trucks like wolves. But back on the field, and the onslaught continues.
And here we go now.
Texas players are being battered with beers, empty cups, rocks, bottles,
Okay, where'd they get the
batteries
rocks?
for some reason, and more hot dogs. One player
Jesus
reckons he's
Christ.
hit with around 20 pounds of hot dogs. That's about the weight of a bike or a sledgehammer. Organisers are sat nervously, still watching this all unfold.
Christ.
Fans on third base are now actively deconstructing the padding of the stadium wall. They actually almost get it off and up into the seats. However, the army of stewards abandon their trash job and stop them, spending the remainder of the game making sure the wall is kept intact.
Honestly, I think I would have canceled the game at that point. They're literally tearing the walls up.
The field, throw their clothes off, and start running around. Packs of fans are scurrying across the outfield.
Like I said, just cancel the game at that point.
Streakers are everywhere. The 7th inning of the game commences, and most families and those that had remained sober had looked around and decided it was probably time to leave, leaving only a mass of belligerent drunks left.
Yeah, not good.
The 9th inning, the game's final one, and Cleveland Indians had actually managed to rally back, tying the game 5-5. Indians player Rusty Torres hits the ball and starts running. He gets to second base. The game-winning run is now in his reach. However, this is when things at 10-cent beer night hits critical mass.
What happened? Oh boy. I mean, this hasn't gone critical mass yet?
It's near the end of the final inning, and Rusty Torres is staring down the barrel of a potential win for the Cleveland Indians. However, a 19-year-old in the crowd has a very different idea. He decides to make a run on field and grab Texas outfielder Jeff Burrows' cap. Burrows confronts the fan, but trips and falls. Now, from the Texas bench's perspective in the dugout, it looked like the fan had attacked Burrows. Billy Martin is livid. He's quoted as saying,
"Get him, boys!
Let's go get him," before grabbing a bat and literally charging the field. All of his players behind him also wielding bats. On the field, they find Burrows unharmed, but their charge had started something ungodly. Now gone from the field were the goofy streakers and silly pitch invaders, and something morbid was replacing
here comes the Angry Bob.
An army of fans had crafted knives, chains, clubs, and other weapons from the stadium's seats, fences, and other general infrastructure.
Oh, great, they got weapons
and were now storming the field with them. It was clear. The battle royale had begun.
Take cover!
Where we dropping, boys? Hordes of fans descend upon the field at breakneck speed and began looting. Beers? Delicious. Bases? Take 'em. Stadium debris? Nice. While a large number of armed fans storm the field, others stay back and continue air support by hurling bottles from the stands. And before long, there were 200 plus fans on field wielding Mad Max style DIY weaponry surrounding the 25 Rangers, with more fans dropping in constantly. The organisers are now sweating heavily.
Yeah, you're gonna have to call the cops now.
We don't do something here, boys, things might start to get out of hand.
They're already out of hand.
We'll get security on it. Wait, hold on. We only hired 50 of them. Dear God.
Lord.
The stadium's organist steps in. "It's alright, lads. I've got this." And he starts playing Take Me Out to the ball game. Back on the field, Cleveland's manager now realizes that the Texas Rangers are in serious trouble. He and his own men also grab their bats and go in.
Come on.
Literally attacking their own fans in the process.
Damn.
Rioters begin throwing steel chairs at players, and Cleveland pitcher Tom Hilgendorf is hit in the head. The umpire is also hit on the head.
Ooh.
He ends the game by forfeiting it to Texas and runs
to be
away.
Fair, what do you expect was going to happen?
It was clear. The situation is becoming bad. So managers try to get their teams back to the benches and out of the stadium. However, on his way back to the benches, Texas's Mike Hargrove gets into a fist fight with a fan. By the way, the game's announcers are calling all of this out in real time.
Really?
Tom Hilgendorf has been hit on the head. He is in definite pain. Hargrove has got some kid on the ground and he is really administering. Hargrove eventually gets the fan down, but is almost immediately hit by another one. However, the sight of the players swinging bats at the rioters starts to lower the rioters' morale, and they back off a bit. Seeing this, benched players form a rear guard, and players take advantage of what might be their only opportunity to get out. Both teams beeline
that's a
to the
cue to run.
benches and
Fast.
through the tunnels. They'd made it, leaving a violent mob of baseball fans alone on the field. In the midst of all of this carnage, a local sports writer is out on the field, attempting to interview people. He approaches multiple fans, but eventually gives up after getting punched in the face twice.
Thank you.
Alright boys, Take Me Out to the ball game clearly isn't working, and we have essentially no security here. There's only one
Get the cops in.
left, and the riot is eventually quelled by Cleveland's own SWAT team.
Thank you. Sheesh. What did you expect was going to happen? And let's just see what the fallout was. How much were arrested?
And so, after thousands of dollars of damage, casualties left, right and centre, and a literal battle royale breaking out mid-game, 10-cent beer night had come to an end.
Oops.
Of the hundreds of rioters in the field, only 9 arrests were made.
9 out of 100?
Throughout the night,
How?
60,000 beers consumed, 19 streakers, an unquantifiable amount of damage to the stadium, and by the end of
they
it,
had to pay for
every
that?
single base stolen. They were never returned.
Oof.
It had been nothing short of an absolute travesty.
Yeah, no kidding. Oof. And this is why you don't give them unchecked.
There would be another 10-cent beer night held a month later.
Did they ever learn? I mean, I hope with that one, I just hope they put a limit on how much you can actually get throughout the night, because, let's be real, the unlimited 6 per purchased, nah, no dice. Oh boy. Poor organizers. Never thought I'd say that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that one. Till next time, adios.